Hi, everyone. I have been getting a lot of questions about what in the world does it mean when you are solving a system and the variables disappear. Well, good news. I'm going to make a little video about it. The first one is about a system with no solutions. You discovered this in graphing when the lines were parallel. That means they don't intersect, so there can't be a solution. Now, when we were solving um, linear equations that were just one equation and one variable, if the variables disappear and the remaining statement was false, then there was no solution. That's going to be the kind of thing that's going to happen here. So I'm using substitution because, again, for graphing, it's parallel lines. And this one is already y equals on the second equation here. So step one is already done, which says to solve for one of the equations for x or y. So we're already done with that. So that means I want to take this here and put it in for y in this equation, okay? So I'm going to write it off to the side here. I get 6x minus 3, and then parentheses, all of this will go in for y. It's like a package, so I'm going to put it in parentheses. We get 2x minus 5. Close the parentheses because that's done, and then continue with the equals 9. Okay, so in a normal situation, we wouldn't know that there's no solution, so we just go ahead and try and solve for x like we normally would. So we distribute the 3, but it's actually a negative 3. Make sure to take the negative with it. And we send it through the parentheses. So I'm going to bring down this 6x. And then negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, and then bring the x to that. And then negative 3 times negative 5 is positive. Negative times a negative is a positive, 15, and then equals 9. Awesome. So now, if we're doing Don't Call Me After Midnight, we just distributed, and the next thing would be to combine like terms without crossing the equal sign. So notice on the left-hand side here, we have two x terms, and we want to combine those. Well, wait a second. 6x minus 6x is 0. Okay, you can write 0x, but that's still just 0. It's gone. So we have just the 15 equals 9. So no more variables, 15 equals 9. So that's my remaining statement. 15 equals 9. Well, last time I checked, that was false. So now my variables have disappeared and the remaining statement is false. That means there is no solution. So when we say, oh, it has no solution, you still need to write your answer, which is no solution. You may have seen on our other worksheets or keys that the woman writes 0 with a slash through it. So I've told some of you not to do your zeros this way because this is an actual mathematical symbol with a meaning, and the meaning is not 0. This is what's known as the empty set. Now, empty set means it's a set containing nothing, thus no solutions, not even zeros in there. It just means nothing is in there and there's no solution. That is another way to write no solution. I'm going to run out of room here. Oh! But the important thing to remember is this is not a 0. So if you have been using that as a way of writing 0, please stop because it does actually have a mathematical meaning, and we might think that you mean no solution when in fact you mean the solution is 0. So again, recap. If the variables go away and the remaining statement is false, I don't have to go back and plug anything in because the variables are gone. I just know, oh, that's not a true statement, so there must not be a solution. All right, I hope that helped.